All right, so today's Thursday. I'm gonna try and do a video where I don't do a whole lot of editing, and I'm going to do something that's just gonna be just kind of a flashback a little bit, something I owe you. There are some things I told you that I was going to share with you around this time, or maybe in the fall of last year, that I just wanted to just make sure I did. Because just when I was about to show this stuff to you, I think got warmer or something like that. Something happened where it wasn't relevant anymore. So what it is I was gonna tell you about a hat that I was gonna be using, the satin in the inside, and I wanted to show you a bag, well, it was a bin at the time, of all my weaved hair. Okay, so I know this is weird, but I'm such a woman of my word, and I love completion. I like to complete what I say I'm gonna do, that I was just gonna show it to you last year, and I'm like, oh gosh, I wanna make sure I told them I was gonna show it to them. Somebody said, I'd love to see that bin of hair. So I don't know if you're still here, I don't know if you're still following me, but this is for you and all of you who said, yeah, I do wanna see your satin hat that you have, and I do wanna see the bag of weaves that you have. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to give you a little bit of an update of my stretching and my routine also. So I'm going to start with a routine and what we've been talking about, and then I'm going to at the end show you all that stuff. Okay, does that make sense? So we're just going to play it by ear. It's just something that I just wanted to get in. I've been thinking about getting in. So before we go any further, welcome to my channel. If you're brand new, my name is Patrice Evans, and I'm known as the belly dancing minister for women's wellness. So on my channel, my goal is to bring out the joy in women through their beautiful hair, their health from the inside out, and lifestyle, keeping Jesus at the center of all we do. So if that's something that you're interested in, then stay with me. Tuesdays, I try to give you a movement and a message, and it's belly dance moves, and then I give you a message. So that's where the belly dance minister comes from. And then on Thursdays, what we do is we try to talk about our beauty, our hair, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let me start off by telling you how I've been doing with my hair. So I've been talking about stretching. That's kind of been what I've been talking a lot about. My form of stretching is banding, and I left you last week with how I arrived at the beautiful stretched wash and go that I had. So I always wear wash and goes, and I do wash and goes throughout the winter. That's my thing. So if you knew that, just know that. So this week I did the same thing, but what I did was I did not leave my banding in for 24 hours like I had said I wanted to do, because I had something I needed to do the next day, and I thought, okay, I'll just let it be. So this is kind of how it would look if I don't keep that banding in for 24 hours. But I had enough of a cast from my deep conditioning honey mask and from my Shea Moisture that I mixed. I had enough of it to keep it looking decent. And I think it's at a nice level, a nice length, and it's just really cute and sexy. I'm loving this length. I'm loving what it's doing in the front. Let me look in the mirror, make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yeah, so this is, okay, how many days is this? This might be 4-day-old wash and go, which is really not that bad for me because usually I reband. So the update on my stretching and what I do for taming my hair and stretching my hair, you can call it training or taming, whatever it is that you do, is that if I don't do the 24 hours like I did last week and keep that same cast throughout the week, where all I do is I put a bonnet in my hair and wake up the next day and sometimes put a little bit of water to moisturize it, but just kind of leave that same stretch in all week, maybe I might refresh it. I don't know if I did last week. I have to check and think back to see if I did. That's one scenario for the 24-hour one, where I let it dry for 24 hours, and it's much more stretched than what you're seeing now. This week, I just did the overnight until the next day in the afternoon. By the way, my wash day routine is really under 45 minutes now. And I have a video talking about that. And I've been able to consistently do that. So I don't know if y'all are struggling through these long wash day routines, but you know, I could do it under 30 minutes possibly too. But I will give you an updated one in January, okay? All right, so this time I didn't do the 24-hour thing, but the alternative to that, it was still a little wet in the back. So then it ended up having a little bit more of a shrink. And I noticed that when I touch it a little more when it's like that, because I'm trying to shape it more because it shrinks. And so what I did was it got a little more frizzy, I think, or a little more fluffy. And when it does that, this is the cute look that it gives me. It's kind of nice. It's a little shorter. But then the next day, I had to re-stretch it at least one time this week just to pull it a little bit more. But what you're seeing is a little bit more of a fluff when I don't do the 24 hours. So this is a good example of what my hair would look like when it's not like that. The other thing is, today I woke up and it didn't look the greatest, so I was like, let me just refresh it. My refreshing is simple, y'all. So I do want to show you a video of how I refresh it when I wake up that way. So next time I do this and if I'm able to do it and tape it and I remember to do it, I'm going to try to go ahead and share with you my 4th day of just, what it looks like. 4th day meaning 4th day since my wash day, but I did reband it once this week, okay? When I say rebanding, there are different types of rebanding that I do. I can reband where I completely saturate it and kind of refresh it and cleanse it a little bit and re-put everything in it where it's all wet. Or I can have it like this, almost as dry as this, where I just put a little bit of leave-in in there, seal it with put a little water maybe, seal it with some oil and put a little bit more gel, and then it's not very wet at all. It's kind of mostly dry, 85% dry, and then I'll reband it. That's my rebanding I did this week. Mostly dry, just a little moisture, and then the next day it dries much better. It's stretched out nicer, but it still has a little bit of a fluff, and this is kind of how it's been looking. So last night I didn't do anything. I just put my bonnet on. Woke up in the morning, I was like, oh my goodness, if you look at it right now, it looks like I should just give up, right? I was like, let me see if I can refresh my hair. Is it long enough where all I have to do is just put a little moisture in it and zhuzh it up a little bit and go? And that's exactly what I did. I actually put the shea moisture in there. I put a little bit of water. I just took some oil, my Ayurvedic growth oil, and just kind of put it all over my head. And this is it. And it just came out looking really, really nice. So the next time I'm on my 4th day like that, I can try to remember to tape when I'm doing a refresh midweek banding where it's mostly dry. And then I could try and share with you when I wake up in the morning and I didn't do anything. I didn't band it. I just had it in my bonnet and my satin pillow. I had both. And I need to refresh it because I've never thought that I could refresh my hair. But I think the key here is you can refresh your hair without saturating it. And I used to be like the water woman. I loved water. You all know that if you've been with me for a long time. So I think there's this whole balance of how much water you put in your hair when you're trying to keep it moisturized and how much you're just doing to moisten it. You know what I mean? So I think I'm starting to get a better gauge of, does my hair really need to be saturated and redone completely? Like literally drench it, wash everything off and put everything back on, even without a soap, like co-wash it, you know what I mean? It doesn't always need that. You'll know as you get to learn your hair. It used to bother me when people say learn your hair. It's so hard to know it because you're like completely in the dark and you don't have a clue, you know what I mean? So you do learn it over time though, like anything else. So now when I feel it, I can tell when it has moisture. Right now it has moisture in it. It was very windy yesterday, so when I woke up this morning, I was like, it feels kind of dry, so I moisturized it with some shea moisture. Like I said, a little bit of water, like I just put a tiny bit of water in my hands and just kind of went like that, and it seals it with oil. So you can moisten your hair without drenching it, and it can still be in its style for the most part. And you can save that style a lot longer. And I think that I'm finally learning how to do that is, I guess, my point. So I'm going to try and share that with you the next time I do it. I'll try to remember when I'm doing it so I can film myself and show you how I do it. But it's kind of self-explanatory. So I want to just show you what it looks like before I moisten it and after, how nice it just kind of comes together. And now, when I look at all these videos of girls doing that, I didn't think I could do it myself. I'm like, my hair can do that now. And the reason why I think I can do it, and I hope you're following me, everything I'm saying, because you would have to be an OG to really know everything I'm saying, because I used to saturate my hair every night. And if you're an OG, go ahead, put like a something to let me know that you remember me doing that. Put a flower or say hi or say, yeah, I remember something. Because remember when I used to drench my hair every single night in the beginning of my journey? Well, the good news about that, if you're a new natural, is that what's good about doing that in the beginning of your journey, especially if you've worn weaves most of your life like I did, is that your hair is really dry and thirsty. And you really, like I said in the beginning of my journey when I shared that with you all in 2017, you don't know your hair if you're just taking your hair out of the weave for the first time. You really don't know your hair. You think that's your hair, but it's really dry, brittle, thirsty hair. And yeah, it's falling, but it may not be your real texture, your real porosity even. It's just not your hair. So for a little bit of a season, like the first 3 months or so, you really need to be hydrating it, doing the curly girl method is what I did. But after a while, you don't want to stay in that forever, but you want to get your hair hydrated using clays and things to really hydrate your hair. So the reason is because now, because I've been hydrating my hair for so long and I keep it hydrated, it looks pretty even when I put a little bit of something on it or something. I don't have to do so much for it to get back into a state where it's moistened and it has a decent style. I think it styles better because I'm doing two major things, hydrating my hair and I'm dusting it every 2 months. So if you're new natural, these are some tips of things that a lot of us naturals have figured out over time. And how to hydrate your hair, how often. I think it's a rule of thumb that I think anyone can use, which is you want to deep condition it every week. And right after you deep condition it, keep a leave-in in your hair. And you want to, now I've been lately talking about from week to week, from wash day to wash day, right? What do you do in between? Well, what I've been doing, I used to saturate my hair every night is what I meant by that. But now I let that band stretch my hair for 24 hours, and then I let that last until the next wash day. I may moisten it throughout that time, and I may reband it. But what I'm saying is, this week I rebanded it, but with 85% dry hair, so that it's all I'm doing is stretching it. I'm not restyling my hair. Now, restyling your hair is a lot on your hair, and so you shouldn't do that anyway. But depending on what kind of hair you have, wetting your hair always makes it more pliable anyway. And depending on how you restyle it matters too. And that's kind of what my series has been about. If you're not going to comb through it, then it's not as damaging. So that's a whole thing right there. So I just wanted to just kind of bring anyone up to speed that doesn't really know all this stuff. So I'm kind of going backwards for you and to come back. So this week I did that. I love what it looks like. Please comment below. Let me know what you think, because y'all see things I don't see sometimes. And that's really what I came on to tell you is, first of all, you can tell when you put a weave in your hair and you got this like glow and you got this like look like I know something you don't know kind of thing. You get that feeling like I feel pretty. I feel really pretty. I need to go to the mall or something so I can show off how pretty. You know that feeling, right? Well, I'm getting that feeling with my hair. I get busy and I forget about my hair, and that's a thing. I'm glad I'm finally in a place where I'm not always thinking about my hair, but I'm liking the length right now because this is a shrunken length and I'm liking it. I'm liking the way the curls are falling. I'm kind of liking where it is right now. It's kind of looking the way it did before the summer, because did I have to cut my hair this summer? What was it? Yeah, I cut my hair in the beginning of the summer and I think I cut too much. I cut the bangs and everything. And then I learned how to cut my hair during the summer. If you look at the videos back then. And now since the summer, I've been knowing how to cut my hair. So I think I'm back to that feeling of not liking the length of my hair, even when it's shrunken. When you love your length when it's shrunken, then you're in a good spot. So I just wanted to come on and just give you an update on how things were this week in comparison to last week, just in case this is something you were going to be trying to do. Please excuse me if I had to come back forward with all that, but I hope that it fills in any gaps. If you have any questions, if you're brand new and you're like, what does she mean by saturating hair every night? So go into my hair journey playlist and look at my old videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. So you can go and stay in there and keep on watching all those videos. You can kind of really see my journey, where I've come, when I was for rice water, and then I'm like, no, I can't do rice water. You can, but like all those things, all the ups and downs of what I went through for my journey. Definitely check out my hair journey if you're new. But anyway, if you've been with me for a while and you've And also a new thing, if you've been with me for a while, you already know this, but if you're new, I actually make my own hair product and I use it for my hair. And last week I actually shared the different products, and I gave a discount for Cyber Monday and, well, for the whole weekend. So thank you for all of you who did purchase and took advantage of that. I really appreciate it, all the support, and I'm so glad that you trust me with your hair, and I pray over all of my products, and you're watching what it's doing with my hair. I'm so full disclosure, I tell you everything. So I just hope that if you have been wondering if you should get it, just try it. You might love it. And if you do, definitely email me and let me know how you're loving it, okay? All right, next time I have a deal, I'll definitely let you know about it. So I just want to give you an update on that, on the stretching and how it's doing with my hair, how I'm feeling about it. I'm feeling wonderful, and it's easier to wake up and have your hair looking a hot mess, and all you do is put some moisture in it like everybody else been doing. I'm like, I reached somewhere. I don't know where, but I reached somewhere because this is what I used to do with my weave. With my weave, I used to wake and shake. Now I'm finally waking and shaking like the other people, other nationalities do, you know? So you want to get to a place where your hair is hydrated enough is what my point is. You've already gone through the stages of really hydrating your hair, so it's basically hydrated. They call it maximum hydration is what you want for your hair from root to tip, that you can see the pattern of your hair. Once you've reached that, that's really good. Keep maintaining that. Then you want to learn to tame it, stretch it, train it, whatever you want to call that, so that it's always in the same kind of state, stretch method. And then it's getting used to that. It's growing, you're trimming it, you're keeping your hair, you're taking good care, managing it really well. Then you can get to a place where you don't have to do much, you know? So I think I'm arriving at that place. Still taking my vitamins and all the internal things. And if you're new, black seed oil is what I take internally. Diatomaceous earth, I try to take that as much as I can. I haven't been taking the mineral rich because I ran out of it, but I have been trying to take the diatomaceous earth as often as possible, not every day. And still take a little bit of maca. You know, I do that, but I've been tender here when I take too much. So you got to be careful taking too much maca. So I think that's everything. Water, coconut oil, you know, veggies, all that good stuff. All right, so we're reaching the end of the video. So let me just show you. This is just because I just wanted to be a woman of my word. So this was that satin hat from last year that I was talking to you about. I had a brown one also, but I can't find it. But look at that. Beautiful, right? So if you want me to sell stuff like this on my channel and find good prices and all this stuff, because you know I'm the satin queen. You know I love satin stuff. I put satin everywhere. I'll let myself lay my head back on leather. I've noticed I haven't had problems with leather, but anything other than the leather, I will wear the satin cap that I sleep in. I will wear it outside. It looks cute. Look at this. No, I don't feel like messing up my hair. But you know, if I put it right here, it's cute. And you leave a little bang in the front. So I always do that. I can't find my satin scarf that was like literally a square that looked like this. And I would put it on my collar, you know. So anyway, just wanted you to see, this is the hat. It's really soft. It's really pretty. And it has satin in the inside. I believe I may have gotten this from Amazon. And it's called Focus Care. I really like it. I don't know much about the company at all. I just know that I wore this. What I do like about it is that it's satin in the inside and it's soft. What I don't like about it is, you see how big my hair is right now. This will shrink it. It'll make it shrunken. So it doesn't get as cold in Atlanta, so I don't need this all the time. So sometimes just to protect it from the wind, I'll just put my hood on, or I'll throw on a satin bonnet. Because it doesn't mess with it'll allow my curls to have its shape, but it gives a barrier of the wind, you know what I mean? So sometimes I just use my bonnet. So that was, somebody wanted to see that. This might be gross, but I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all some of my weave hair that I found. Since we've been moving, I've been finding all this hair. So in my journey, I used to wear blonde hair. So this is some of the blonde hair, the braids. You know, this is Lugos. So let me tell you something, y'all. I was always known in my family, my sisters, as the one that could make that look gorgeous. I am a pro at doing that because you know how you have to stretch your weave out when you don't have a lot of money, right? Well, that's what I had to do for years. So let's see what else I got here. So I got a lot of that. I have all this hair. So it cost me so much money. It cost me so much money that I always kept it. Whenever I finished my hair, if I felt like it was decent enough, I would keep it just in case I have to use it get more. So let me just let you look at this. I don't know what this is. This must be my daughter's. When she went to prom, she did a ponytail. I think that's what that is. Because I never did synthetic hair. I always do real hair. Yeah, this must be hers too, a ponytail. That's not me. I don't do that. I'll show you that one later. So I want you to see this bag full of Lugo's blonde hair. Look at that. Isn't that a lot of hair? I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with this hair. Oh, here's the brown hat. Here's the brown hat, y'all. So here's the brown one. It's kind of light, but it has satin in the inside as well. I really like it. So it's called Focus Care. Focus Care. I don't know if you can see the name there. It's kind of white. And there's the brown one. Once again, this is just me doing what I promised I was going to do. I'm a woman of my word. I'm known for that. So if I say I'm going to do it, unless I explain to you something what happened, my goal is to always do what I say I'm going to do. Look at that. Isn't that a lot over the years? A lot of Lugo's hair. So that's my Lugo's receipt. Any Lugo's people out there? Okay, so that was my Lugo's hair. So this is for part of my journey from before. Once I was done with that, I went on to trying to go natural, and then there was a time where I went back to having to wear a weave rather, for just the winter, because I was newly natural and I was going on the YouTube channels, and they were like, oh, now you got to put a weave back in your hair for protective styling. And then I went to another company. I didn't like Lugo's. I was enjoying having that break from Lugo's. And I did my research and found another company. I was like, let me think outside the box. But there was a lady I met once that was wearing wigs. This is way before people were doing lace fronts and stuff, right? She was well-to-do, so I think she was ahead of herself. And this might have been 2012 or so. And she said, you know, I have an extra wig. She was going to give me one that was more expensive. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to give you this one. Because I think she was trying to hint to say that, why don't you wear wigs instead of weaves? So this is a wig that was given to me, and you can see through it. I think it's a full lace, and it was way back in 2012. So now when I look back, now that I know about wigs, I'm like a little bit more like impressed with this. The reason I keep this is because of being an actress. You just never know if I need to wear something like this one day, this color. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep this. It's not bad. I didn't spend the money on it. It was given to me, so I'm just going to do it. So then I went to Onyx hair. And so I tried to get hair that looked like my texture, right? To make it look like this. When well, this was my goal. My goal was to look like this when I was a TWA. So I said, well, if this is my goal, let me get a weave. Let me go get hair from Onyx that looks like this so I can grow into that look. So the first one, I said, let me get my 3C hair. I wanted it a little loose so it wouldn't be so hard to work with. No, I got 3C. I wanted it to be exactly like mine. So I got the really kinky. It was really cute. It smells good. Because it's kind of new, because I didn't wear it very long. This was the kinkier, and this was the one that I bought first. But then it was so hard to take care of. But I literally took care of this like it was my natural hair. I did the hair in the inside. I moisturized it. I took care of my hair like it was mine when it was inside of the braids. But when you have hair that has silk like mine does, my hair has silkiness to it. Weaves, if you wet it like I was doing, it will pull the weave out and you don't get to wear it very long. But I didn't care. I was taking care of my hair above the weave. So this was a whole head of hair. I think it's like 2 bundles or something of, I think this was 3C4A, I'm not sure. So this was supposed to be my texture, but it was so hard. It kept getting so matted that I was like, $400, y'all. Anyway, then I said, next time I do it, I'm going to make it looser. Okay, I know I want my texture and all, but I don't want to struggle so hard. So this was the next texture that I got. And I still have it. What I think I'm going to do with this is I might make it into a wig. So if I ever have a part where I have to, I put glue on the welts here to make sure they stayed on. The webs, I think they call that. So I may turn this into a wig so that if I ever have to be on set, my hair isn't doing what I want it to do, I could just put on a wig. So I should have a lot of this. There's a lot of it. So $400 more. I went and got it a little straighter so that I can manage it better. It was just getting matted, so matted in the other hair. It just, you know, having kinky natural hair is so much, believe it or not, easier than having kinky fake hair, to me, even though it's supposed to be human. But anyway, this is some pretty hair. Nice and brown. You see it's brown. So it's really nice hair. And if I wanted to add hair to make it fuller, I probably could do that. But I'm so against weaves these days. I want to love me and love my hair. But this would be great, though, to wear if I ever needed, look at that, it's a lot of hair, right? To get a wig, if my natural hair is doing some weird stuff and I got to match the last scene that I did in a show or something, you know what I mean? If you can't be looking different in the same scene, even though you filmed it 2 different days, it's got to look like the exact same scene. So if you want to have consistency, then sometimes you have to wear a wig as an actress. So that might be some time, when a point where I may need to do that. So I just wanted to be a woman of my word, show you my weaves and my hair and all my stuff. I have no idea where this came from. I think that's my daughter. She might have been just trying to just have a cute ponytail at one point. I don't remember buying this one. I got to ask her where this came from, because I don't buy cheap hair. But let's just say I like to buy quality fake hair, unless I am doing it for just a quick little something like I did for acting, like an audition or something. So I think she was doing this just for something quick too, like for prom or something like that. So there's all my hair, and I was able to find the 2 hats, and I was able to show you what I promised. So there you go. I didn't think this video was going to be this long, but I will see y'all in the next video. I love you so much. Have a great week, okay? Bye.